Hi, I'm Benita Brayboy. Um, I was referred to the program. I was someone's ride here. And she was like, I have to get there. We were riding all over the place, all in the valley. We couldn't find it. And I finally got her here and I sat in on it. And I was like, that sounds amazing. I know I didn't sign up for it, but can I do it also? And it was like the best decision I've ever made. I'm a grandmother who takes care of her grandkids. And ooh, I don't do this. My goodness. And my granddaughter, who's off camera right now, she's in the 11th grade. And we all know how expensive it can be to have kids that you take care of, and you have to pay the bills, and you got adult kids that still need your help and all this other stuff, and you're like swimming upstream to make sure you do everything that you're supposed to do. And you always say, oh, all the cool phrases, pay yourself first and all this other stuff. I like to think that I was financially educated in these things, but education is only as good as when you use it, right? So I wasn't using anything that I knew about finances and all this other stuff. So when I came here and I was a part of something, and then Candace would call me every month and she would remind me, have you done it? Have you sent it? And I was like, I forgot to pay myself first this month. So she kept me focused on doing it. And it's an amazing feeling when someone tells you that looking out for yourself first is okay. And that's what I learned, because I'm always looking out for this one and that one. And I'll spend my very last to make sure this one's okay and that one's okay. And until someone tells you taking care of you first is okay. Now, when I first came, they said, what is your goal? What do you want to do? I only thought, hey, I need a new dryer. That I was cool with that. Like, I need a dryer. My dryer broke down. I'm tired of hanging it up on my banister, that type of thing. But as I was going, life was lifing. My granddaughter has class rings coming up, and I kept on thinking, you have no money saved, and you know it's coming, and you're not planning for your future, and you're barely paying your bills. So to stay focused on pay yourself first, watch that accumulation. My lights were about to go off, and I said, "Ooh, I got that money over there," and I was like, "Mm-mm, that ain't what that's for." And it helped me to discipline myself that some money is sacred, and you're not supposed to touch it, and you'll find a way. And guess what? Another way came. I made a phone call. They worked it out with me. I went on a payment plan. I still didn't have to touch that money. But because it was something that I was trying to reach a goal for, because what you guys do with the program is an amazing incentive, because it's really easy money. Yeah. It really is. That's what it sounds like. But when you're at home and the bills are billing and the grandkids are grandkidding and your kids are kidding, you're like, I have it, but do I? No, I don't. So it taught me to be disciplined, and Candace kept me accountable. Yeah. And it was like, oh my God, I got to make a double payment this month because last month I couldn't do it. And I found myself double saving. And I was like, who am I? You don't even recognize yourself after a while. You're like, what? I have money to save? Like, yeah, because when you have a dream and a goal and you have it in front of you, you have to have a purpose. So you guys gave me purpose. You guys gave me a goal to reach. And it made me feel good. And I was bragging to my family. And I was like, guess what? I'm almost there. Like, next week is the last day. My whole family came with me. All the kids are dressed up and having a good time. But here's the other thing. I referred my friend, and she wanted to do it, but her life was lifing, so she couldn't finish. And the woman who brought me here, she didn't finish. But guess what? You only need to be introduced to something and have the will and the goal and the supportive people around you to finish something. So that's what I've done. But there's another component, because I no longer cared about the dryer. You know, the dryer was no longer the most important thing in my life because now I feel like I can do more. I could save more. So I made up my mind. I talked it over with my granddaughter, and I'm going to open up a savings account at Truist, and it's going to be partially mine, and I'm going to do a teenage one for her so I can show her how to save the way I saved. People give her money all the time. She goes on these Sheen apps and, a carefree life. But if you guys can teach me in my old age, I have this gift to give to her in her young age. So I want so London will be doing this, and I made it a point to tell myself you are going to so focus on what you've been taught and paying it forward to your granddaughter that we're going to deposit this into a Truist account when we leave here. So I just want to thank everybody involved that, sometimes you just are in the right place at the right time, and I had no idea what this was. I was the Uber driver actually. And look at the blessings that I got, and I'm so happy and elated, and I'm glad that I was able to show my family. And now I have people around me saying, well, when's the next one? I want to do the next one. So there's like 6 people saying, oh, you did what? Yeah, you can do it too. So they said $10, any amount. So I put $50 a month away. And I realized that $50 didn't hurt me. It didn't hurt me because I had it and I paid myself first. I didn't even miss it. So thank you to everybody who was involved. And that one right there,
She's deserve it.
she's going to be better than her grandma was. And I have only you guys to thank for that, because knowing something and actually doing it and putting it in place and actually taking actions to accomplish it are 2 different things. And I'm glad you woke up my mind to know you know this, so why haven't you done it? And now I've done it. So thank you.
And that accountability piece is crucial.
Ooh,
that is the
let me
missing
tell you.
piece to
Let me
every puzzle. Accountability, because you want
accountability.
it. We want it for you so bad,
And life
that
be
we'll
life
keep you
in.
accountable. Absolutely.
And life be life in. And
Absolutely.
I have a story. I don't know how much time you have, but I have a story. We have a memorial every year for my aunt who passed away. I was on my way to Myrtle Beach, and of course I didn't have to pay for anything. My uncle paid for everything. But we were on our way to Myrtle Beach, and here I am thinking, oh, I got some extra money for Myrtle Beach. Candace called me while I was in the car on my way to Myrtle Beach, and I said, oh, that's where that came from. I don't have anything to contribute now because I have to put that. So in the car, I transferred that $50 to my account. And then I went to Myrtle Beach and I stayed on the beach.
There we go.
Because, who needs anything else when you got the beach?
Absolutely.
So that's what I did. And the accountability piece was, if she didn't call me at the moment that she called me, I probably wouldn't have had my $50 for that month. But she did. And I did. And now I'm here.
And you might have enjoyed a minute.
Something.
But now you've built more strength into yourself to say, you know what? I'm worth more by paying myself first.
Yes.
Because I'm worth more.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's the amazing thing of showing up at the right time. And I want to thank my friend Shanika who did that for me. Thank you, girl. You better get with the program next time around, though. Right, yeah. So, yeah. I would like to thank Amanda, SPARC, and Truist and United Way for everything, but especially for waking up the dormant education I had inside me. Because sometimes we say, oh, I know how to do that. I know how to do that. But we didn't, and we don't. And sometimes you need someone to remind you. And I'm so grateful that I ran into you guys at the park. And we can just be better and do better. And I have something now that I can leave for my family as a legacy of people who know what it is to be financially stable and free and be able to do that for yourself. So that's what I'm thankful to all of them for.